Hello, welcome to the Equalist. Second episode, Coronavirus 2019. Hey, it looks like an ornament. Alright, so all the intel collections that I'm getting are going to be coming from organizations such as the World Health Organization, the CDC, and many other sources such as mainstream TV media, just like Fox News, BBC News, CNN, MSNBC, and others as well. I dig deep into the free press, and also I'm part of the free press. I'll also be looking into the local and state press. So, what are coronaviruses? Good question. I'm going to break it down to the molecular level. Coronaviruses are looking for the right protein combination to replicate itself. It does this by attaching itself to a host cell that has the proper combination of proteins. It does that with these crown-looking pods covering the lipid envelope. Since the RNA is looking for the right genetic makeup to replicate itself, it may not find the exact match to combine its genetic makeup with the host. This is why we're always bombarded with hundreds of viruses a day and we never get infected. On a molecular level, though, there are dozens of protein combinations to attach itself to a host. If it doesn't find the right combination, it can't attach itself to the host. Now, when it attaches to a host, it also must link up its RNA to the DNA of the host. If the host DNA does not match up the genetic makeup of the virus's RNA, the virus cannot replicate itself. That's how a virus could spread from animal to human. The animal host may contain the right protein combination, but it doesn't have the right genetic makeup for the virus to replicate itself. Contact with animals that have the virus may not be infected, but they can still carry it. If the animal has the same type of protein combination a human has, the virus could actually jump onto the human and attach itself to the human. If the human has the right genetic DNA, that virus will begin to replicate. This is called the incubation period. All right, so I'm going to continue talking about the coronavirus. We already know this RNA genome virus, and I already explained how the RNA links up to DNA to start to replicate itself and continue on with its life cycle, correct? Well, there's hundreds of strains of different type of coronaviruses, and a quarter of our common colds actually come from coronaviruses. The other 75% come from rhinoviruses and influenzas. All right, so how do you transmit the virus? Just being nasty, not cleaning your hands, going to the bathroom, not washing your hands after the bathroom, coughing without covering your mouth with your elbows and stuff like that. Just being a nasty person, you know? Think about it like this. Anything that comes out of your body could carry on the disease and you could transmit it to somebody else. All right, so I'm going to continue talking about the transmission of coronaviruses. So, where did they come from? They actually came from animals to humans. I already explained how that happens. Now think about it like this too. We have a good example. The bubonic plague. Rats became vectors. They killed millions of people in Europe. So how does the coronavirus infect humans? Well, mucus droplets, for example. Body fluids as well. Whenever you grab these type of fluids and droplets and you start touching your face or you put your hands in your mouth and things like that, like biting your nails, that could definitely happen. You could actually get infected that way easily. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Another way is eating infected meat. And also, too, a lot of people don't realize this, but the viruses could actually pass through your skin pores. All right, so how does the infection spread through your body? Well, the virus enters through your skin pores, nose, or mouth, any type of way, or all three at once. The incubation period could actually last up to 14 days. After those 14 days, and it starts killing off your cells after replicating itself, all hell breaks loose inside your body. All right. Then it starts attacking your inner linings of your lungs. In severe cases, it can cause pneumonia and organ failure. All right, everybody. So I decided to go to China. Okay, I didn't go to China. Okay, I got the sources from China, and I found out that they gave out typical symptoms of the COVID-19. You can see on the right, all the way from the fever being all the way at the top of the list, all the way down to conjunctival congestion, all the way at the bottom of the list. In nearly all research I conducted, the fever seems to be the most common and quickest symptom. Many patients say the same thing. They feel tired suddenly, then all of a sudden they'll take a nap. When they wake up, they have fevers as high as 140 degrees Fahrenheit. In extreme cases, the infection can leave holes in humans' lungs. There have been reported cases where patients needed to have lung replacements to survive, and thankfully, most transplants worked. All right, before we go on, there's a lot of people saying how you could kill this virus. All right, cold weather. If you throw it in a freezer, you close the door, it is not going to kill them. Sorry to tell you, it's not going to happen. They found viruses in Antarctica snow that have been living for thousands of years. And the reason why they know that is the polar ice caps are melting. They're activating again, and that's a scary thing to even think about. That could be another segment that we touch some other time. If you guys want to, just leave a comment later on after this episode. The second one is hot water. So you can take a shower or a hot bath and kill them. Without soap, you will not kill them. Think about it like this. Your body regulates at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, correct? So if you tip the scale, you could actually burn yourself, and not only that, you'll still get infected, so you just hurt yourself and got sick. Please don't do that. So how can we prevent the spread of this infection? I'm going to read this verbatim. The World Health Organization and CDC recommends that you take the usual precautions to help prevent the spread of respiratory viruses. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your mouth and nose with your elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth if your hands aren't clean. Avoid close contact with anyone who is sick. Clean surfaces that you touch often. And here's a very big one, probably one of the biggest ones. Stay home from work. I repeat, stay home from work. Do not go to school. Don't go to any public areas if you're sick. Don't do it at all. The reason is, if you do and you're sick, you could actually spread the virus to other people, and you could give it to people with compromised immune systems, and you could be the cause of killing a bunch of people. And you don't want that in your conscience, correct? Please do not go out when you're sick. Just stay home. That's all you have to do. All right, now how to kill these things too. Lysol, for example, the disinfectant sprays, the wipes, and stuff like that, that will actually kill them. And also, I read it before, alcohol-based hand sanitizers, that'll kill them as well. As long as it's at 70% alcohol or greater, it will kill them. All right, you remember growing up and your mom always told you cover your mouth before you cough. You want to know the reason why? Yuck. See, that's the reason why. Mucus and saliva droplets can travel up to 6 feet away from a person coughing. And here's the scary thing about it too. They are saying that it can actually suspend for about 10 minutes after somebody coughs. So if you walk by somebody that coughed about 6-7 minutes ago, you just walked in that nasty plume. All right, so where did the coronavirus 2019 originate from? Well, it originated from Wuhan, China. There was a seafood wet market that they believe that it came from. They believe that it came from bats. The reason why they believe it came from bats is because there's another strain called the SARS that's actually deadlier that came from bats as well. And they discovered this new strain called the COVID-19 because people were getting unexplained cases of pneumonia. Now, everybody, this is the deadliest coronavirus that there ever was recorded. It's called the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. It was originated from Saudi Arabia. They believe that camels actually transmitted it. If you look down over here to the bottom right, it shows you that any type of stool, defecation, any type of milking, any type of saliva coming through the nose or the mouth of the camel transmitted to the people. And if anybody ate any of those camels that were infected, would have it too. It was detected September of 2012. It infected 2,494 people, killed 858 people, so the death rate of that virus was 34.4%. The last case reported that was confirmed was December 2019 in Qatar. So that was actually very recently. That was actually during the time frame before we found the new coronavirus. Now, another deadly coronavirus called SARS, or severe acute respiratory syndrome, originated from southern China in the Guangdong province. Back in 2003 of February, it was found. It was transmitted, as I said before, from bats to humans. It infected 8,098 people. It killed 774 people, giving it a death rate of 9.6%. The last case, thank God, was reported back in 2004. All right, so these are the facts about the COVID-19 as of March 13, 2020 at 2:05 Eastern Standard Time. It has infected 140,188 people, killed 5,123 people, and the death rate from those numbers, when you calculate it, will be 3.7%. Now, this is the spread and map of the COVID-19. As you can see, every single continent has been hit except for Antarctica. All right, so the conclusions of the coronavirus differences. COVID-19 is a faster spreading virus. It infected over 130,000 more people than both MERS and SARS combined. It killed 3 times more than both of them combined as well. COVID-19 is proven to be a more difficult strain to contain than the previous strains. COVID-19 may become an annual communicable disease just like the flu, which is a shame. All right, so all you pet lovers, just like me, I got 4 dogs, I got a cat, I got a couple of rats. My daughter has a rabbit. We basically have a zoo in the house. All right. So how about my pet? Can my pet catch or transmit this disease? Fortunately, there's no evidence to show that pets can catch and transmit the disease. But I did find this weird article from China. All right, and there we go. This is the weird article I was talking about from China. Dog test positive for coronavirus. Government says pets of infected should be quarantined. And you know what? I completely agree with that. The reason for that is because we really don't know how this virus truly works. It's still new. We're still learning it. We don't have any vaccinations for it or anything like that. And there's different type of viruses out there, like the herpes simplex, which will go into hibernation mode, and then it will reactivate again. If that would happen with this virus, that could be very detrimental to us. Now, the good thing is there's no coronaviruses known to man that actually acts like the herpes simplex that reactivates after it goes into hibernation. But like I said, we really don't know about this strain. All right, everybody. So unfortunately, I have to cut this episode short. The reason being is it's too long. So I'm going to make a part 2 of this episode coming very, very soon. And it'll be talking about how our administration is handling the COVID-19 outbreak. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. This is a brand new channel. A lot more material get pushed out. If there's anything you want me to touch on, just let me know. I'll go ahead and research and put it out there for you. And thank you for watching The Equalist.